So, hello everyone. We are now going to start the discussion on the FRM, its examination, its pattern, and some tips, techniques that how we can appear for the examination, syllabus, how we should go about study pattern, examination pattern, everything we are going to discuss in detail. Okay. So, the first and the foremost point which we need to understand is FRM is conducted into two parts, part one and part two. Clear? Now, this part one is an introduction of multiple things. Now, what are those multiple things covered up in the first part? That is, number one is your concepts of finance. Means, if there is a student who is not from the finance background, or he or she is not from the commerce background, then how they will begin their FRM journey? The first part is to understand the finance. Clear? Second, they will also teach you about the risk, the basics of risk, the foundations, like what risk is all about, its calculation, but on the preliminary level. Point number three, it also tells you about the different types of instruments where you invest your money and wherever you find risk. Means whether it is derivatives, whether it is equity, or whether it is bonds, or some alternative investments. Now, what this alternative investment is, because we know that derivative is something which is coming from the equity. Bonds, we all know, something where we'll get some fixed income, just like your fixed deposits. But alternative investments like gold, if you are investing in gold, or if you are investing in oil, if you are investing in some hedge funds, or if you are investing your money in some corporate bonds. Oh no, sorry, corporate bonds comes under the bond section only. Land and building, private equity, these all are the part of your alternative investments. Means equity and bond are your primary investments. Gold, oil, hedge funds, land and building, then private equity, these are your alternative investment other than your primary, but these all are very risky as compared to your equity and bonds. So we need to understand the finance, we need to understand the risk, and then we need to understand that how we can manage the risk. Clear? So when you are studying about the risk, first of all you need to know now where is risk. The first question is where is risk. Wherever you are investing your money, there is a risk, whether it is equity or bonds or alternative investments. Definitely you are investing, and definitely if you are investing there will be some amount of risk. Clear? So you need to first of all identify where is the risk. Then after understanding that yes, okay, here is the risk, then your second question is how much is the risk. How much? You need to quantify your risk. Clear? Okay, now you know that I have invested $100 and the risk is of $40. Now your third question, should I take the risk? Should I take the risk or avoid the risk? Should I take the risk or avoid the risk? When I'm saying that I am going to avoid the risk, means it's beyond my threshold limits. Beyond my threshold limits, I'm going to simply avoid the risk. I'm not going to enter into that particular agreement, contract, or trade. But if suppose we feel that yes, it's under our limits, let us take the risk. Clear? So when we are going to take the risk, then there are many things. Suppose the risk is of $40, but Nimi said that I can only take the risk of $20. Then what about the remaining 20? The remaining $20 I'm going to transfer. I'm going to transfer. Now, one simple example I'll give you for transferring the risk. What is that? Suppose, okay, one very good example. We always take Mediclaim. Okay, everyone take Mediclaim. Whenever we get ill, we know that, okay, HDFC Ergo or Star Health or some other companies are there which are there to protect us. So what we are doing? We are giving them, suppose 500 rupees every month. In return, what they are giving? They are giving us the protection. They are giving us the protection. If anything happens to us, who will take care of the expenses? It's the insurance company. So what we are doing, we are transferring our risk to the insurance company by paying some amount of premium, So what we are doing, we are transferring. Clear? Similarly, in the finance, we have a concept of hedge. Hedge. What is this hedge means? A simple understanding of the hedge is when we buy, suppose today you buy the shares of Reliance at the rate of suppose 2900 and you bought 100 shares. Clear? Now what risk you have? Nimi, any risk is there if you buy a shares of 2900 100 shares? Any risk?
Yes, sir.
The price will go down. Now there are some instruments with the help of which we can protect ourselves. That is a put option. With the help of the put option, we can hedge our position. So if the share price will go down, put option will pay us the money. That means if over here I have a loss of suppose 700 rupees, then put option will pay us the 700. So then my risk will nullify. Clear? So there are many instruments. With the help of those instruments, we can reduce our risk, we can transfer our risk, we can mitigate our risk. All these things we are going to understand in this journey. Clear? Now, so we will understand about the finance in FRM part 1. We will understand about the risk. We will understand about the different elements of investments in finance: derivatives, equities, bonds, alternative investments. Clear? Then we will reach our part 2. After clearing your part 1, we will reach our part 2. In the part 2, what you will see? You will see the in-depth risk management, means credit risk, market risk, third one is operational risk. Then we have liquidity risk. So you see that in every aspect we are having a different subject, means we are doing in-depth study of each and every risk in your part 2. So in part 1 you are setting a base, you are setting your foundation, and in part 2 you are going deep inside the risk management. Over here you will study what is credit risk, where is credit risk, how much is credit risk, and how to mitigate the credit risk, the phase. Similarly, what is market risk, from where the market risk is coming, to whom this market risk is impacting, what they are doing to mitigate the risk. Suppose I'll give $1,000 to Nimi today. Okay. So Nimi, is there any risk to me?
Yes.
What if you will default? So this comes under the credit risk. Okay. Now suppose Ritu, you are a manager of HDFC Bank. Clear? And a deal comes to you, and in that deal you have to enter $10,000 as a credit entry to one customer. But what you have done? You have added 10 extra. This much amount credited to the account of the customer, and you identify after 3 days. But you know what happened in these 3 days? That particular customer have withdrawn all the money. This comes under which one? Can you tell me, Ritu? Which one among the 4?
Liquid operational risk.
Operational. No, because it's the part of the operations. Got it? So like this, you are going to study multiple forms of risk, their management, their ways how you can reduce it. Clear? Now, let us discuss about the subject of the FRM part 1. Okay. There are 4 subjects which we have to cover up in FRM part 1. One is your foundation. Clear? Second is your quants. Third one is your FMP, financial markets and product. Clear? And fourth is your VRM, that is valuation and risk models, valuations and risk models. Now total we are going to study 62 chapters. Clear? Now you all are preparing for the month of November. Clear? So what we are going to do from today onwards till the November, we have to finish our complete preparation, revisions, mock exams, practice, weekly test, subject wise test, chapter wise test, everything. Clear? So how you are going to divide this? By 25th of August, you are going to finish the whole syllabus with all the weekly tests. This is the deadline. Okay.
Okay.
After this, we will be getting the 60 days till your exam day. Now, what these 60 days for? These 60 days are basically for revision, practice, and mock exams. Now, how you are going to do the preparation and how you are going to do the revision, I'll tell you. Make a target that every week you are going to finish 3 chapters. Okay. I am going to give you a planner. In the planner, you are going to do every week 3 chapters. Now, every week 3 chapters, that means on Sunday, you are going to have a test. Clear? So in week 1, you will study 3 chapters. Sunday, you have the test of 3 chapters. Second week, you will study another 3 chapters. But second Sunday, you will be having the test of 6 chapters. Cumulative.
Okay.
So make sure that you will keep on revising what you have studied before. Because earlier in 2019 and 18, student used to say to me, sir, we used to forget during the exam. So we have found out this something new, weekly test, that too on the cumulative. Now student cannot say we forgot, because every week you are revising and testing yourself. How can you forget? Okay. The remedy to one very big problem where 90% of the student says, I got blank, sir. I cannot remember anything. I forgot the things. Now you can't. Okay. Like this, we are going to prepare and give the test on regular interval. After that, by 25th of August, you will feel like that you have completed the whole syllabus. You have given all the weekly test, all the chapter questions you have practiced. Now, what you are scoring in the weekly test and what you are scoring in the exam, somewhere around 50% to 60%. Don't doubt yourself. This is good. Okay, because this is the first time you are prepared. Because when you will do your first revision, and then when you will take your mock 1, definitely will improve. The more you practice, the more you revise, the more you improve. So in the mock 1, you will see that you will be ranging between 60 to 70. Second revision, and then mock 2, this time 70 to 75. Going beyond 75 is very difficult. Remember that. Okay. But still, we'll aim in the third revision that we will focus all our weak areas, and in the third mock, we will reach between 75 to 85%. Clear? The more you will keep on revising, the more you keep on practicing, your results will start increasing. If you will think, sir, why I have not achieved 75 to 80 in the first test itself, then how you will do the improvement after revision? We need to leave some space for the improvement. Na? Now, very important point, whatever you study, they are not going to be tested very simply in the exam. They are going to be very complicated, very twisted manner. You will see A, B, C, D, 4 options. Out of the 4, I'm sure that you will be able to remove 2 very easily, eliminate the 2 very easily. That yes, you are sure that A and D are not the option, but these 2 are way too close. Always, even in my test as well as in the main exam. There, you need to focus. You need to identify that which one is going to be correct, because they are too close. And for that, you have to practice. Clear?
Yeah.
Over here, only students stuck. If you are getting confused between A and D as well, that means you need to give a lots of efforts. There is some problem in the preparation. Okay. But if you're getting stuck in B and C, then it's okay. With practice, with revision, it will improve. Okay. Now, if I talk about these part, the 4 subjects, that is your foundation, your quants, your FMP, and the VRM. So the foundation is the easiest among all. Very easy. Okay. Over here, you will see 11 readings. We don't call chapters over here. We call it as readings. Okay. 11 readings, out of which reading number 1 to 3, first 3 readings, they are going to be very basic. They will tell you about what is finance, the small concepts of risk management, credit risk, liquidity risk. They are just introducing you in 1 paragraph or 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs, not more than that. Clear? So over here, you will see concept like value at risk, VAR. Okay. But author have given only 2 paragraphs over here in the introductory phase. Now student will feel, sir, मुझे तो यहाँ कुछ समझ नहीं आया. Everything seems very difficult. Okay. But you know, this VR is covered up in 3 chapters over here. This VAR, value at risk, covered in 3 chapters. Over here, you will see the word hedging. Again, sir, I am unable to understand. But you know, in FMP, there is a dedicated chapter just on one term, hedging. Okay. So this is just the beginning phase where author also want you to understand that, okay, these are the things, these are the terms which we will understand later. There is a term introduced, credit risk, in the foundation first chapter. But you know, in part 2, there is a book on it, credit risk. Clear? So go slow, but go strong and keep a faith on yourself that yes, you can do it. Because everything will come and will be explained in detail. Clear? Now, as you know, there are 11 readings in the foundation, out of which 1 to 3 are very simple, just basics. Okay, can be easily understood. Now, after that, reading number 4, reading number 5 and 6, reading number 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. This is how I group the foundation. Okay, 1 to 3, then 4, then 5 and 6, then 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, now out of which this is the most difficult one. This is the most difficult one. Over here, you have to give your time. You have to practice. You might need to re-watch the lectures or might need to reread the topics. Not only just for the sake of difficulty, but this is very important. Very, very important. In the exam, you can expect 6 questions just from these 2 chapters. Okay. Now, this is a single chapter. Now, this chapter 7 is going to be very theoretical. Okay. Only require a simple reading. That's it. Don't put your time and efforts on reading number 7. Definitely one question will come in the exam. But if you'll spend time over here, it's better to spend time on 5 and 6. Because 5 and 6 is more technical as well. 7 is almost just like a theory. So just read it and finish it off. Chapter 4 is good, means you can expect 2 questions in the exam. Clear? Chapter 11, just 1 page chapter. So I have kept it separate, just 1 page. Clear? Even the lecture is also very small, can be finished in half day as well. Okay, but 1 or 2 question can be expected in the exam. Now chapter 8, 9, and 10, mediocre. So you see 1 to 3 basic level, 5 and 6 very high, similarly 8, 9, 10 moderate. Okay, this is how you will be graphing yourself. But in this, there is one topic, that is learning from financial disaster. Learning from financial disaster. This is the reading number 9, which makes this segment moderate level of importance. If there is no reading 9 in this segment, then this segment will also be just like 1 to 3. Got it? So you can expect 2 to 3 questions in the exam from this particular reading. So from 8 and 10, either there will be 1 question or no questions. Clear? How much time you should spend on the foundation? It varies from student to student, 14 to 21 days. depending upon how much time you spend on a daily basis. If a student is spending 2 hours a day, 21. If a student is spending 3 or 4 hours a day, then 14 days. Okay. So I've given you on an average how many days required to finish your foundation. Clear? Now, 20 questions will come in the exam from the foundation part. 20 questions. Clear? Now, very important. In the exam, you'll be having 100 questions. Okay, total. You'll be getting 4 hours time in order to solve the questions. 80 are going to be theoretical in nature, 20 are going to be practical. So keep your mindset ready that yes, you are preparing for something which is mostly theoretical, but not for the learning side, conceptual. Even if you'll see the theory, it is conceptual. Okay,
What do you mean by?
clear?
Yes, I have
So any doubts, any
Can
questions?
you hear me? Okay.
Yes,
When you say
I can hear you.
practical, you mean those will be on mathematical ones?
Yeah, numerical
Okay.
ones where you have to use the calculator. Okay, and 80 questions are theoretical, but conceptual. It's not about learning. You don't have to learn anything in FRM. Everything is conceptual. Nimi, any
I think so.
questions
Oh,
till now? Hopefully you are making the notes.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Now the section of quants. Now this is something where many students feel difficult. The segment of quants. Okay. But if you divide the quants properly, na, it will be easy. You start with sample moments. Clear? Over here, we will teach you all the concepts. I think there will be 16 lectures. It's big. Okay, big not from the book side, from the my side. Why? Because I am teaching you each and everything in minute detail. Means I am teaching you even mean, median, mode, which you will study in class 7 and 8. So everything is covered up from the very basic level, so that you will not feel stuck in the quants. So you start with sample moments, then you will come on probability. Clear? Along with the probability, do your random variables. Do the groupings like this. You will feel easy while preparing. Clear? Then you have common and multivariate. Common and multivariate. Clear? So now, if you do first 3 segment, you will see you have completed the 5 chapters of quants. Clear?
Mm.
The 4th segment is separate. That is your hypothesis. Now, if I'll tell you from the exam perspective till now, very important. Probability and common variate. Very, very important. Clear? Then hypothesis. Now, hypothesis you have to do in such a way that this is going to help you till your FRM part 2. And this is going to come in your coming chapters ahead, like regression, time series. So do it properly. Hypothesis, very, very important. Not only from the exam perspective, but from your self-preparation perspective as well. It will come ahead in multiple chapters. Okay. Now, after this, the next head is of regression. Inside regression, there are 3 topics. Here, one is linear regression, then multiple regression, and the regression diagnostic. Clear? 4th head, I think not 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6th head. 6th head is your time series. This includes stationary time series and non-stationary time series. Clear? Then one segment is of machine learning. Machine learning. In machine learning, you have 2 topics: machine learning models and machine learning and predictions. Machine learning models, machine learning and predictions. Clear? Then you have 2 topics which comes under a single head, that is measuring return volatility and correlation and simulation and bootstrapping. Clear? So these are the way you are going to finish your quants. Now, where a student actually stuck in quants, I tell you, over here you will not stuck, little bit, moderate level, a lot. Now, what is the reason that you stuck in regression and time series? There is a reason, because these are the things is very hard to understand on pen and paper. What regression does, you will take huge amount of data, you will run regression, and you will identify and you will take the calculations. Clear? But is it possible to do and show it on pen and paper to a student? It is very difficult, but still we try. We will use the Excel and we will teach you. But I'm telling on most of the students where they're stuck. These are the two topics. Why? Because they cannot see practically what's happening. In probability, I can tell you that I toss a coin, head or tail. Okay. But over here, it's very hard to tell you. But I'll give you one very important information that how you are going to tackle this out. If I'm telling you a regression, okay, what is this? Suppose, Ritu, you are selling something like phone. Okay. Now, the sales of the phone depends on many factors. First of all, when you are setting up your shop, what is the income of the population around you? How's the market at present, whether it is boom or recession? Which model they prefer, and which model are you selling? Taxation environment, is there any tax relief or not? So what we will do, we will identify that what is the sales of Ritu. What is the sales of Ritu? Clear? It depends upon multiple factors. So I'll start with this. B0, B1, X1 plus B2, X2 plus B3, X3. Clear? Now what is this? X1, X2 and X3. X1 is the income of the population around you. The location in which you are. Because we know that many shops just make huge sales because of their location. They are on prime location and they make huge amount of sales. Clear? Third, the models which you are selling, whether it is in high demand or not. And this equation will tell me that how much is the sales of the Ritu. We call this as regression. Clear? Similarly, we have time series. What is time series? Time series is also like this. B0 plus B1 X1 plus B2 X2 plus B3 X3. Clear? What is the sales of the Ritu in 2024? We will take the data of 2023, 22 and 21, and we will predict what is will be the sale of the Ritu in 2024. Getting my point? Time series, time. Understand the word time. So you are going in the past and you are identifying what will happen in the future. So if you will take the concepts practically, it will be easy for you to understand. If you are taking them as a theoretical manner, it will be very difficult. Got it? Now, how many questions will come in exam from the quants? 20 questions. Clear? Now, you can expect 4 questions from this segment, 1 to 2 questions from this part, 3 questions from this part, 4 questions we have seen generally coming from the hypothesis, then 6 questions from the combination of the regression, and 4 questions from the combination of last two head. Clear? How many days required to prepare? If I tell you, it will take somewhere around 18 to 26 days. Clear? There are many who have finished quants in 14 days as well, but I'm giving you on an average how much days it is going to take. Clear? This is all about your quants. Now, coming to the third book, which is your FMP. And I feel this is a very important book because this is about financial markets and product. You will understand about the finance in depth. Clear? You will see the book is divided into two major segments. One is your derivatives and another one is your interest rates. Clear? Many chapters are on derivatives. Clear? Now, how I'm going to divide the FMP. Clear? Let us start. The first segment is with the three parts. Number one is banks. Then we have insurance. And then we have funds. Very easy combination. Okay. Then we are starting with the derivatives. Okay. But I'm giving a broad heading of derivative. But inside this broad heading, we have multiple subheads. Clear? That is, first subhead is of three topics. One is where you are introducing that what derivative is. Basically, you need to know now what derivative is. FRM presumes you don't know anything. They are going to teach you everything from the basic. And what FRM is not teaching, we are teaching. Clear?
Yes.
Then we have exchange and OTC. And then we have central clearing. Clear? This is one head. Now, just like this is an easy head, this is also an easy head. Okay? It will not take much of your time, efforts. Clear? Can be easily done. Now, this is the, okay, there is one more chapter, that is futures market. Futures market, which comes under the same head. Okay? Then a difficult portion will start and important, from where you will see maximum questions in the examination. Okay. Number one is your hedging. Hedging. Then you have foreign exchange. Foreign exchange. Clear? Then you have pricing of forwards and futures. Commodity. You can expect 8 to 10 questions. Straightforward. Difficult and important. Now, why I'm telling you this? Because you should know where you are going to put your efforts, your time. Clear? Otherwise, you will feel very distributed. Now, the fourth segment of this is your options. Again, difficult and important. Clear? One is your options only. Clear? Then you have properties of options. Properties of options. Trading strategies. Trading strategies. And the last is exotic options. This is your third head of the derivative. So earlier, if you'll open the book, you will see 25 chapters. Oh my God. But now when you will summarize it like this, you will see as a subhead. It will become easier for you to prepare, to read, to understand, and to see. In a like, it is very important to connect the dots. When you are studying now, if you're able to connect the dots, you can match the things. It will be easier. Clear? And the third segment is for the interest rates. Clear? Now, over here, I usually write interest rates and swaps. Clear? Because 4 chapters are from the interest rate part and 1 chapter is from the swap. So I just combine, because swap is also somewhere related to the interest rates, but it also incorporates the concept of equity and derivative, but it also covers the interest part as well. That's why I combine them. Clear? Generally, swaps are the parts of derivatives. Remember that swaps are derivatives. But in swaps, we are doing the swaps on interest rate, floating interest rates, fixed interest rate. So I combine it with the interest rate. Clear? Now, I am highlighting few important things. Very important. Okay. Now, how much time you should give? Now, give your guesses considering it's so bulky and it's comprise 30% of the syllabus and 30 questions will be there in the exam from this part. Now, do a guess. How many days does it require to prepare?
30 to 40 days.
Yeah, I'd also go with 30
And
to
you,
40.
Ritu? But student have finished it faster
Oh,
than
wow.
quants. 20 days and 30 days. Now, what is the reason? Because they are doing in a block wise. I tell you how. They are giving 4 days over here. Again, very easy block, 4 days. Now, this part is taking 8 days. This part again taking 8 days. This part is taking approximately 6 days. Okay. Do it in a block wise. It will be easier for you. So somewhere you will see it is 30 days. But you will see students can finish it in 5 days. Students are finishing this in 6 days. Because chapters are small, but they are very important from the exams perspective. Clear? Now, the number of days I mentioned is equals to the number of questions in the exam. So 4 days, that means you can write 4 questions. 4 days means 4 questions. Again, 8 days, 8 questions. So number of questions is equal to the number of day you are spending on these blocks. Clear? See, if something requires 5 days, why I will give 10 days? We need to do a smart study. Very important. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this particular block of bank insurance fund can be done in 3 days. Let's do it. Let's put our efforts. Let's put some extras and finish it off. No point of extending it. Now, what is the benefit of finishing something earlier? But yeah, not at the cost of lack of knowledge. Make sure that you will do it properly. Okay, no compromise in the understanding part, accuracy part. Okay, that is also important. But also don't go too slow. There are many students who go slow and at the end they lack confidence. They feel like leaving it out. This should never happen. If you'll go slow now, trust me, a point will come where you'll fed up with the course preparation. You're not enjoying it. You're not giving a challenge to yourself. Start giving those challenges. Give yourself a target that you have to do it. You have to finish it off in the given time frame. And in the time frame, you have to put the number of hours. Clear? Otherwise, you will lose the interest from the course. And whenever you will feel like you are losing your interest, just think one simple question: why have you started it? Just ask yourself, why have you started this? Why have you put your money, your time, your efforts? Clear? And it will give you a boost. Clearly? Okay. Now, the last but not the least, very important, that is your valuations. VRM. It includes 16 chapters, 30 questions in the exam, 30% is the page, and 30 days the time to prepare for the exam. Clear? How I'm going to divide the first segment is very clear. VER, which includes your 3 chapters. Clear? So out of 16, you see 3 already cut down. Clear? Now, after that, there is one segment which is an easy segment, just like the blocks which I'm creating earlier. Okay. One is credit rating. Credit ratings. Then you have country risk, then you have credit risk, and operational risk. मिनी आपका ऑडियो क्लोज करना. Operational risk. This is one block and this is an easy block. Okay. Now we have a fixed income block. Fixed income block. Clear? In this, we are going to do the pricing, the interest rates, the bond yields, then durations. Clear? Now, over here, one more stress testing. Clear? And then we have a last block, which is about the term structure, binomial tree, then Black-Scholes Martin model, and the last one is option sensitivity. And I call this as Greeks. Now, how you are going to spend your days and the level of difficulty, number of questions. Okay. 6 days on 3 chapters. This will take again 6 days. This will take your 8 days. And this will also take your 8 days. Okay. Somewhere around 30 days. Now, number of questions, same as the number of days. Somewhere 6 to 8 questions. Same as the number of days. Same as the number of days. Now, among all, this block is the very important block from the exam perspective. Clear? So I have given you the complete roadmap of the FRM syllabus. What is inside the curriculum? How much time, efforts, examination questions, examination pattern, like 80-20, 80 will be theory, 20 will be practical. Clear? Now, any questions, anything you want to share, any questions you have? Let's begin the question answer session so that I can clarify. Any doubts, any question, any queries till now? Nimi?
No, sir, no doubt. बस एक चीज पूछनी थी कि सर वो स्टडी मटेरियल
सब आपके मेल पे गया हुआ है, एवरीथिंग. ठीक है, आप वो सारा डाउनलोड करो एंड देन स्टार्ट योर प्रिपरेशन. Ritu, any doubt from your side? Any questions?
No, I'm good. Anyways, you cleared it because I was going to ask you about, that as I have started with the first reading, but I had questions because I'm not from the finance background, that what is that? What is VAR? And it's not really explained in depth, but then you told that we are going to anyways cover that. So yes, I'm good.
Yes.
I do not have any more questions. I had those questions before you started.
Perfect. Apart from that, any other doubts, question, queries?
Not now. I'm good.
Okay. Perfect then. For you, I'll do one thing. I'll share the recording of this video in case you have missed any part of it, or if you want to take the notes of it so that you can note it down. Okay. Now, everything is added in your panel. Your test panel is separately given to you, added in your email. Then your lectures are separately in your panel, added in your separate section. Ritu, you do one thing. You share your screen and log into your portal and I'll guide you.
Okay.
Everything.
Let me know once you can see. Entire screen. Do you see? Okay.
Yes, now I can see your screen. Okay. Log into the students
I
panel.
think I'm logged in.
Okay. So first of all, you see Nimi also that you need to click on the study material on the third tab. Then you need to click on the purchase product and then click on FRM part 1. You will see all the 4 subjects. Now you need to click on foundation. Inside the foundation, there is a planner. You need to open that and you need to follow the planner completely. Clear? You need to watch all the lectures. While watching the lectures, you have to prepare your own notes so that with the help of those notes, you can do a complete revision. Okay. Apart from that, all the notes and ebooks are added to your Google Drive link shared to you. Okay. Now on the screen, you can see a basic planner is given over here, which you have to follow. Clear? Apart from that, in between the lectures as well, we have added some notes as well. Okay, just like in the first chapter, you see reading one, that is the notes. Okay, for those students who feel like that we have to finish everything over here only. Okay, just like a concept of war, that definitely it is dedicatedly given in the book for first 3 chapters. But someone like, no sir, I want to do it over here only. So for them, we have given this. If you wanted to read from here, you can read, but otherwise, you can leave it over here, finish the whole syllabus, and then again you can come back to the notes as well. Clear? So it's the choice of the student. My recommendation is finish all the syllabus and then come to these notes. Clear? Apart from that, mind maps also added. Now go to the 4th book, that is Valuations and Models. Ritu, go to the 4th book, Valuations and Models. Go to the last chapter, the Greeks. Yeah. Over here, we have added all the notes which are required for the purpose of revision. That's why we have added it at the end so that students will not see in the beginning. But for you, I have just shown you that all the mind maps are over here. Okay. List of all the important chapters. If I'll tell you everything in the beginning, you will be focusing only on importance. Clear? But this is just a preview of you are getting everything in detail. The whole platform will cover your complete preparation. Nothing will be left out. Clear? For any doubts, any questions, any queries, you have my number. You just a message away. Clear? Make sure you give your daily updates on my WhatsApp so that I can keep track of yourself. Give the test, download the test report, share it with me so that we can analyze it and we can take steps to improve it. Clear?
Yes.
Any
Yes.
doubts, me and Ritu from here?
No, I'm good. I have.
Mm,
Yeah.
Perfect. Nimi, anything more?
no, sir.
Any doubt, Nimi, from here?
No, no.
Okay, perfect. Perfect, Ritu. Then we are
Okay.
closing this
All
session.
right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.